Well, it's no secret that the job market has been tough. Hiring has slowed, job postings are down, and for many, the search for a new role has felt, well, endless.
But that's not the full picture. Even in a competitive labor market, some careers are in strong demand, with employers even struggling to fill roles.
All right, so let's bring in our chief business correspondent, Taylor Young. Taylor, I think it's a counter story to something that a lot of people have been hearing about. There are industries who are hiring aggressively right now.
Yeah, and I think that's an important distinction. The job market is tight overall, but it's not frozen everywhere. So what we're seeing is a shift. Yes, companies are being very selective, but in certain industries, I mean, demand is so strong, they can't afford to stop hiring. And nearly every career I'm about to list right now has a human element that, as of right now, cannot be automated or offshored. So based on a Monster's 2026 job market outlook, these are the specific careers that stand out right now, and healthcare is by far at the top of the list. We are talking nurses, physical therapists, dentists, dietitians. Those are the most sought after positions right now in the overall labor market. Then you have your skilled trades, mechanics, technicians, now in transportation, logistics specialists, truck drivers, EMTs, and for technology, that sector, quality assurance engineers and data engineers. So I think you can see there is kind of a similarity across all of these jobs. They all require person care, like human touch. And I think that's kind of where the labor market is going right now.
All right, so when you see that list, what does it say about the labor market as a whole, though?
Yeah, the labor market is not just about skill anymore. Again, it's about jobs and careers, industries that still require people physically doing something. Again, that can be hands-on work, it can be care, it can be human interaction, especially in the age of AI. I mean, these are roles that really jobs and industries cannot leave vacant right now because they're a necessity. Now, does this mean the white-collar job is going away? It absolutely does not, so no one panic. But when the economy is a little uncertain, those white-collar jobs are what companies can at least put a pause on for now while they kind of tighten their budgets.
Taylor, one of the things you said was kind of the need for more hands-on and for more personal people touch. Nurses are rising in terms of the jobs that we're seeing. Healthcare really jumps out on the list. Why are they seeing so much demand right now in healthcare? Yeah,
I mean, healthcare really gets the gold star for last year in the economy. And economists go as far as calling it kind of the engine for the labor market. It really kind of participated in the most job growth we saw last year. Again, because this does require, that in-person work. But I think there's two other reasons why healthcare kind of came out on top. And number one, I mean, we are seeing an aging population. There's more demand for care. There's more people that need care. But also, this is a couple of years out of the pandemic when we saw a lot of burnout in the healthcare industry. A lot of people walked away during that time. So if you combine the fact that we're seeing an aging population and the fact that more people need more care, those positions need to be filled, this kind of makes healthcare kind of that top industry that really needs workers right now. So if you're a nurse, if you are in healthcare, it's probably a lot easier to find a job right now, as well as the truck drivers, the EMTs, those engineers in the tech sector. I mean, those are just the most in-demand careers right now.
Well, when you look at healthcare, AI can only help so much. It can give answers, but it doesn't give care.
It doesn't.
And that's something only a human can do, at least for now.
And it's not just about AI. I think it's kind of like the perfect storm, right? We have AI, but we also have companies across the entire country just kind of tightening their belt. So if you put those two things together, we're just seeing a slowdown overall, but not everywhere.
All right, Taylor, thank you. Appreciate that.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.